we were working with the teachers on the design and implementation of collaborative activities in the classroom. So I have an example from a teacher in biology in high schools. In that case, the teacher designed a collaborative task in a pyramid pattern, meaning that the students were going from an individual task where they have to give an answer, then they were going to small groups, then in larger groups until reaching consensus on the solution of the problem. And in that case, her problem, what she identified as what students struggle with, is that it's difficult to identify theories from a written text. In that case, was related with the biology topic. So she wanted to do this collaborative task to see how students were improving this capacity, but also how students can participate more in the classroom with this collaborative task, so to enhance the engagement of the students. Yes, and then she implemented it in the classroom. I think the idea here in the pyramid pattern is that students would be able to practice how to reach consensus on a topic by reflecting. And in order to do that, they will need the work done in the individual phase, in the small group phase, and in the larger phase, where everybody is participating. Those they practice the skills of negotiating with each other, what is the correct answer, and also reflecting. And they understand that they need each other's opinion. Last but not least, I think the important aspect of such collaborative approach is that every student can participate. Because if you say, okay, I have a question in the class, please tell me. So maybe then you will see 1, 2, 3 students who will say something. But with such an approach, you are able to involve all the students in a classroom discussion. We were actually back then using like a collaborative platform where students could give an initial answer to the task, and they were automatically assigned to groups. So this teacher didn't have to group them, but this was happening automatically. When they were like discussing on the task and they were reaching consensus, in the next step, it was trying to group them based on people who, for example, rated 5 for a task, with students that rated 1 for the task. So to have like divergent opinions and then try to reach consensus. So in the later phases of this collaborative activity. She collected some data for that inquiry. She formulated like a questionnaire, a feedback questionnaire for the students. Moreover, she used some data coming from the platform, like how they participated in group work, and also she did, of course, some observations in the classroom where there were like participation data, like how many students really participated in the group, and also she was able to see their initial individual answers and how those answers were evolving after group discussions, until the final conclusion of the whole class on one answer. So both like some products of the students, but also participation data. She discovered there were some time management issues. I guess this is quite common for teachers, that, for instance, some students said in the questionnaire that they didn't have enough time to do the individual task, and this affected their work in groups. So one adjustment for the next time was to give them more time for the individual task. Other aspect is that the main problem was to see whether students can identify these theories, and there were still students that were not able to do that. So she thought that she has to revise the presentation of the theoretical concepts again, and so then she had to do this in another lesson. other aspects were related to giving them a little bit more argumentation guidelines. So in the collaborative group, because he saw that students were going directly to give an answer, and they were not really discussing and reflecting a lot. So this was based both on observations, but also from the data coming from the collaborative platform. I think if they go through this inquiry, they will somehow need to define it, because they will have to do an intervention, and then they will have to collect data. So in this process, they will be defining, for example, if they give to the students a questionnaire at the end of the class, and they have some questions, with these questions, they somehow define what do they mean about creativity, or what do they mean about, I don't know, another student skill. Within this data collection definition, or as you said, of personalization, somehow they will need to go through defining the concept. So maybe this inquiry could be that they start from the problem of define it, and then after doing all that, they go back to the problem and see how they define it.